everybody, welcome back. On today's video we're going to be putting speakers back in this 4440. So this is a new tractor to me. This is the one I said I got this summer from a friend of ours out of Alabama. Y'all haven't seen this tractor yet, but I have put all brand new tires on it. This is the one I said had a flat tire on it when we went and picked it up. Done some other odd and cosmetic stuff to it, and we completely I tinted all the windows in the cab, put a brand new aftermarket radio in it, and I'll show you that radio. To me, I wanted to keep this tractor as original as possible, and so the radio that I put in was from retro manufacturing. It looks period correct for the age of this tractor. It was actually for a C10 Chevrolet or GMC pickup truck is what it was actually for, but it works perfect in the Brazil, and so I had to get speakers. This is an oddball size speaker that no longer is produced. So these speakers come from Shoot Manufacturing, and they're supposed to be direct fit replacements. So we're going to put those in. So let's climb up in the cab, see what we can get accomplished. Okay, so we're up in the cab. You can see my wires hanging down right here. So this pigtail is actually the direct replacement pigtail that is on the speakers that I ordered. See if I can get it pull apart. So I finally got that pulled out of there. Those look like they have a release tab on them, but I don't know how you would have got them released out of there. Alright, so here's my speakers. All I know is they better not sound like crap as much as what they cost. But you can see this is a 4x6 speaker, which is not produced anymore. So on the guards. This tractor is gonna get a cab kit eventually. It's just one of those things that I have been slowly but surely working on getting everything redone on this tractor. I'm gonna be highly aggravated. That says that is the correct speaker for this. Got the right plug on it. Nowhere's near right. We can mount it like that though. Find my screws I had left in here. That's the only thing about working on these older tractors like this is the fact that parts are readily available for them, but just because they're available doesn't mean they're going to be correct. And all this stuff, that it's oddball stuff because this tractor was produced in like 82. So from 82 until now, radio technology, to say the least, has changed right smart. So if we're able to get one bolt in there, we'll put the other ones in there so it looks right and we don't lose them. Maybe once we get it mounted in its home, won't bounce around a whole lot. So this 4440 has right out about 9,000 hours on it. It was supposedly rebuilt engine wise a couple like 1,000 hours before I got it. It had been ran on a module builder on a cotton farm. That's what its last retirement job was, and they ran a bush hog on it just a little bit. It had become just a general chore tractor. So when I was a kid, I grew up on a 2350 John Deere with sound guard cab on it, and so that was my memories of farming with Grandpa. Was farming on a 2350 John Deere, and then in the early 90s, that tractor, now knowing what I know about these tractors and how the transmission's set up in them, I now know why that tractor, the 2350, had transmission trouble. And in these sound guard cab tractors, if they have a quad range in them, you cannot shift the ranges when the tractor's rolling down the road or rolling. It's not synchronized to do that. So now knowing that, I know that we did not shift the gears right in that tractor. So more than likely, that's the reason why the transmission went to giving us trouble on it when it did. Grandpa replaced it with a 6200 John Deere. The 6200 is like a first year production 6200, and we still have it today. It has like 2,600 hours on it or something. But for the majority of my childhood farming career with my grandpa, this was the type of cab that I rode in. And so one of those things, I always wanted another one. It's kind of a way to, something about, if you grew up in a sound guard cab John Deere, you know what I'm talking about. Riding on the armrest beside Grandpa in the thing, there's something about sitting in a sound guard cab that there's not another cab out there that I've ever sat in a machine that has the same feel. And yeah, they're not as nice as the newest, latest, and greatest tractors, but I don't know, it's just, it's one of those things that brings back lots of memories of sitting for hours on end with Grandpa, sweating our butts off whenever the air conditioner would go down. The new tractors, there's not no replacement for those. But this tractor will probably get a full cab kit. sometime this summer. Like everybody else, it's one thing at a time, and around the farm there's always something else you got to spend money on, something that's more important. Creature comforts in a cab is, to me, as long as the air conditioner works. I could even care less if the radio works. But it makes it a little more enjoyable to sit in one all day long. Let me go ahead and I'll yank this other one down. I'll turn y'all back on whenever I get it connected up to, so we can turn the radio on, see what kind of sound we get out of them, and we'll see here just directly. Okay, so that's the face of this radio. You can see it kind of looks like the factory John Deere ones that ran these tractors. So let's kick it on and see if we got speakers.
Regenerative medicine at QC Kinetics is transforming lives with innovative, non-surgical, drug-free treatments that deliver lasting results. Knee pain, back pain, shoulder pain.
Sounds like we got sound. Sound halfway did. Okay. Don't want mute.
Ability to restore and repair damaged joint tissue. This is a revolutionary approach that can get you long-term relief with no downtime. Reclaim your mobility without the danger and trauma of surgery and without harmful drugs. Call QC Kinetics right now for a free consultation. 423-397-6628. 423-397-6628. That's 423-397-6628.
All right, good deal. That completes the radio install. So you can see the speakers here and here. This tractor actually had another one that was mounted in behind the actual radio head, but I did not put that one back in there. So this one only has 2 speakers, but that's got them in there. Sound pretty good, as good as you can sound in a 40-year-old cab. So thank you for joining us, and we'll catch you in the next one.